Hey guys, my name's Reese Moja and I'm the content manager for Supercheap Auto. Content manager is a really interesting job. I actually started out a number of years ago filming the how-to videos and product videos that you see on our websites and in stores. But what that's sort of led through to and what I work on now is some of the really big campaigns that you'd see on TV and online as well. So the biggest one being the best performing oils campaign. Which involves 2 or 3 days filming and about 6 months either side in preparing to actually go out and create that content. I've been working with Supercheap for about 5 years now. It all started for me as a fresh-faced uni kid. Once I finished my degree, I knew that I wanted to work in Supercheap in the marketing department. So for me, it was about taking the first opportunity that really came up, and that was the competition check officer at the time. Nothing to do with university. Nothing to do with marketing, but what it allowed me to do was get into the Supercheap Auto head office and ensure that I met the right people. So I guess the way that I've really driven my career was having an end goal, or at least an understanding of where I wanted to go with my career. For me, I knew that I wanted to work in marketing and I knew that I wanted to work with Supercheap. So the end goal was set. It was just making sure that I took all the necessary little steps to ensure that I got there. So for me, taking the first job out of uni that had nothing to do with marketing. My biggest piece of advice for other team members out there looking to drive their career is to know where you want to go. For me, I knew that I wanted a job in marketing. You need to surround yourself with the right people who can help you get there. Communication is key. You need to make sure that you are letting other people in the business know that you're keen and that you're eager to drive your career. So for me, it was as easy as having a chat with my area manager and my manager at the time and saying, I obviously had a uni degree and that I wanted to move forward with the business. How could they help me to get to where I wanted to go? And that was ultimately really a key. So that's one piece of advice that I could give out to team members out there looking to drive their career.
I'm Alex Barry. I'm Retail Project Manager here at the Launton Support Office. I started in 2007 as a part-time team member while I was going through uni. And from there, I've held a few different roles. So went into shift supervisor, then into as assistant manager, store manager, area manager, and now into the support office as a retail project manager. For me, I really made an active choice back when I was a part-timer to really go after a career in retail. So a big difference for me was really seeking out what opportunities were available for me, what the support was available. So whether that was negotiating with my store manager to get some flexible arrangements so that I could undertake some study outside of work to really help support me. So that allowed me to undertake, while I was an assistant manager, a diploma in management, and more recently as an area manager, I completed my Master of Business Admin. You really have to be in the driving seat. It's really up to you to make that active choice to go after it. There's lots of support, there's lots of experience as well within the company. So reach out, but it's really your choice to make that active decision to steer it in the way you want it to be.
Hi, my name's Dave Halliwell and I'm the Assistant Project Manager for the Services Program. Yeah, so I started with Supercheap Auto in 2011, so that's coming up to 6.5 years now. Yeah, so I started with the business as an assistant manager at Yamanto store out west of Brisbane, and from there I have done 5 different stores over the years in both assistant management and management positions, right up to Browns Plains, obviously a pretty big store there, which was a really big challenge for me and a great experience. Yeah, so over that time, I've been lucky enough to be with a lot of really great area managers that have provided me a lot of great advice and coached me around where my strengths lied and guided me in what direction my career could potentially go with the business. So I had aspirations of being an area manager when I first started off back in the day, and it became clear over time that I probably had strengths in different places and I was a more valuable asset to the business doing other roles that I hadn't thought of before. The biggest piece of advice I'd give Reese is to really define what you're passionate about, and once you've worked out what your passion is, chase after that passion. Don't worry about what the role is on your badge or what career path you think you might have. Once you start chasing that passion, you'll find that your opportunities will open right up.
So my name's Justin Merritt. I'm the Assistant Category Manager for the lubricants team. So I've been working for Supercheap Auto for about 8 years now. So I started my career in Supercheap Auto as a casual team member. So from the casual, I became the shift supervisor, progressing into the assistant category manager, assistant store manager role.
Yep.
And from the assistant store manager, went to a store manager, and from that store manager role, became the assistant category manager.
Yeah, awesome.
I've given a strong focus on my future and setting myself up and wanting to really progress in Supercheap Auto. So that was my first job as a casual. I was 18 years old, and I really wanted to show my faith for Supercheap Auto and progress further through there. And just having a real interest in the cars, the automotive scene. I think the biggest piece of advice that I would have for any manager who was wanting to drive their career is communication. So communicate to your line manager, to your area manager, even to family. I think family is a big thing, so they have your support in what career you want to take and how you're going to take it. And that support really drove me moving from interstate, so moving from New South Wales up into the support office. So I think that communicating what you want to do gives you good insight as to what help you will need, and then also having your immediate line manager or your area manager there to give you that support and push you in the right direction to further your career. I think have a go, so don't be scared to stay in the same position or the same shell if you feel like you want to progress more or you want to further your career or try something different. I'd say just go for it. So you'll always have the support there, and Supercheap Auto is a great spot to progress further. So there's plenty of training, there's plenty of people that have been in several positions that have changed themselves. So reach out to those people if you knew them, and yeah, really just have a go.
Hey, so I'm Nathan Lorimer. I'm Pricing and Promotions Manager at Supercheap Auto Support Office in Launton. I've been with Supercheap Auto for 14 years now, and started off in stores as a casual in 2004. Worked my way up to 3IC, Assistant Store Manager, into store management positions, and then into the support office as an Assistant Category Manager, short secondment as a Category Manager, and now in my current role in Pricing and Promotions. Yeah, so during that time I've taken every opportunity I can to advance that career, so any opportunity that's come my way I've really embraced. Probably the biggest example would be a 2-year contract to manage the Alice Springs store, and that really provided me with the opportunity to grow and develop as a leader, but also open doors around National Retail Association Young Retailer Awards, and also Store of the Year Awards. So really embracing any opportunity that came my way. Yeah, look, the biggest piece of advice is to take every opportunity, believe in yourself, and success requires sacrifice. So you may need to relocate, you may need to take some side steps to get to your ultimate goal, but it's worth it in the end. Yeah, so for me, when I wanted to get into the support office, into a merchandise role, I took initiative, and during the Turbo Boost program, I put a business case forward for me to spend a week up with the merchandise team, work shadowing and spending time to understand the roles that were available. And for me, that was really valuable, and it really provided confirmation that that's what I wanted to do. So for any store managers out there, it's really about taking opportunity and then creating opportunity. So if you want to pursue something, put your business case forward and give it a go.
Hi team, I'm Bernie Blanford, and I'm currently the Executive Assistant to our Managing Director, Chris Wildsmith. I'm coming up to almost 20 years now.
20?
Yeah, 20 years. So starting as a casual at our Bundaberg store back in 1998, I started as a retail team member, progressed through the ranks of assistant manager, doing some store setups throughout the time there as well. Managed to travel around Australia and New Zealand with the setup team, then progressed into the office and have held various management roles in there, and also becoming an assistant admin for Gold Cross and Super Retail Group. So over the years, I've counted about 13 different positions whilst I've been here. So basically seeing all the opportunities that arose, like different positions were advertised, I went, you know what, I want to give that a go. It's only going to further my development within this business, and knowing what I know now with all of the capabilities that I was able to do and the skill sets within those roles, that's where it's led me to this position now. I would say go for every opportunity that's out there. Be prepared to travel outside of where you come from. You'd never know where it's going to take you. Talk to your line managers and your managers and give yourself a goal in regards to what direction you want to go in. For me, it was highly driven that I wanted to be a manager in store, but at the end of it, with all the different experiences, I got to be where I am today.